I hate to reveal myself as a complete Star Wars geek or Star Trek geek, but I am. Star Trek, Next Generation. Shout out to Worf. Do you remember the episode, or don't say this out loud because you don't want to be a geek like me. Let's just pretend that you know nothing about the Star Trek episode with the Borg. Oh, you do. The Borg episode was, there was an enemy they couldn't defeat because it was an enemy that was half machine and half human, and they were assimilated, and they erased all the personalities, and everybody was connected to each other so they could move as one. Now, listen how the worker describes working at a Chinese factory. This is a Chinese guy. I don't know if he might be more in the camp part of campus now. He says, quote, "I think it's safe to say that the training is part of Foxconn's brainwashing process. A supervisor told us that working at Foxconn requires total obedience. You do not need to be intelligent or highly skilled. After a week of training, we concluded that at Foxconn, we shouldn't treat ourselves as human beings. We are all just machines." But it gets worse. He says, "I was placed in a dormitory that has 10 three-level bunk beds, thus accommodating 30 people. Sounds sweet. Now how much do you want that job? Finally, the lunch meal consists of 2 meat dishes and 1 vegetable dish, and rice is self-service, though I don't recommend taking too much rice since leftover rice does result in a fine." All right, here's why this system works. Works just the same way as it did in Star Trek. They can move as one, and they can move quickly. Here in America, we're a little slower. You got to convince people. I mean, how long have I been on the air saying, "Hey, trouble's coming"? How many, what was it, 2 years? I was saying, "Hey, please pull your money out of a 401k. Market's going to crash." No, no, no. Wouldn't it be easier if just we had a supreme leader who said, "Pull your money out," and then you had to? Wouldn't it be great? No, no, it wouldn't. In America, we have something unique. We are different. We're pioneers. We're dreamers. Edison, Disney, Lewis and Clark. No one else in the world has ever had that like we do. And China is the least like us. They move as one. Nobody sets out and breaks the rules. They move like the Borg did. And China, this is the geekiest show ever on TV. China needs that, and they've had it for thousands of years. It's what the progressive left at the time of Mussolini drooled over. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Do your own. Please don't take my word for anything. Look it up. Just Google Time Magazine, New York Times, Mussolini, and you're going to see how they were just drooling over this guy because he could move quickly. It was bypassing democracy or a republic. Now, this has always worked to their advantage. However, you can have society work as one, and you can do all this. You can get people to work in factories, working for farming communities.